You might think that our biggest problem with the diet that we have nowadays is processed food and fast food, but actually our problem is far away from the one that is so superficial. We've forgotten that our diet by the nature it was created the other way. We've forgotten about some foods that are really nutrient dense, that are really healthy for our microbiome. And today I want to bring up to your attention 10 foods that we've forgotten about and that are going to change your health if you're going to introduce them. I want to start with the beginning. And the beginning in this situation is going to be soil. I had the possibility to look at the results of soil testing, and unfortunately the soil that we have nowadays, it's far away from the soil that we used to have 10 or 15 years ago. So vegetables and cereals, fruits that we put on the table, they don't have that much vitamins and minerals. So if you're going to search online for an apple and see how much of the vitamin C, vitamin A or vitamin B it has, you know that on the table you don't have that quantity. It depends where it was grown, it depends how many apples they grown on that soil. So I know that it's really hard to find a solution for it. It's almost impossible because people will grow and grow constantly, but at least we know about it, and that will lead to solutions that we have to take in order to solve some problems that we have to deal nowadays. When you think about apples, when you think about fruits and vegetables, you think about vitamins and minerals. But actually fruits, vegetables, cereals, they also are very dense in phytochemicals. Why are they important? And why is it important to have a diversity in our diet? So this leads to my next top 10, which is diversity in the diet. It is important to have a diversity, first of all, because of the phytochemicals. So different phytochemicals, we have different roles. Some of them will be anti-inflammatory, some of them will help our body with anti-aging effect, and other ones will be antioxidants. Also, it's really helpful for our microbiome, because for our microbiome to be very healthy, for our immune system to be very healthy, the gut has to have a diversity in fiber. And the diversity in fiber means the diversity in our diet. My next stop is going to be bitter taste. The bitter taste was almost removed from our market by the food industry because people would prefer more a sweeter apple, a sweeter carrot. If we'd have to compare it, a carrot that we have today and a carrot that was hundreds of years ago is going to be totally different. The fruits and vegetables, they were changed very much for us to prefer and to buy them more. But bitter taste has a lot of phytochemicals, again essential for our body. Usually they are even more richer in phytochemicals than other foods that we can find. And as well, bitter taste is very important for our digestive system. It can improve it very much, especially it can improve the health and the function of our bile. So my advice, it would be to pay attention to bitter plants and introduce them in your weekly diet. Meat organs. If we would compare it, an animal that is living in the forest and, for example, the chicken that we are buying from a shop, we'll see that the chicken that we are buying from the shop has a lot more meat than the animal living in the forest. So if we were going back in time, the human being is designed to eat less meat and organs as well, because organs are very rich in B12, in iron, and unfortunately we have a lot of diseases right now where people are iron deficient, and some of them can be just treated with proper diet. When I was small, for me it was such a surprise that you can eat strawberries during winter. When I came here in UK, I saw all of the fruits that you can buy them all year around, and that's not the right way about the food industry. And why is that? Because the fruits are not designed to grow. The strawberries, raspberries are not designed to grow during winter. When you are buying fruits and vegetables during the season that they're not supposed to grow in, that means that you are buying food that is not that dense in vitamins and multivitamins. So the only way is that you can buy frozen berries, for example, frozen fruits and vegetables where they are not in season, or for example to buy them in season. Buying in season, that means that you'll have a bigger variety of vegetables and fruits, and that will help your immune system, as I said it earlier. Our main concern is to have a diet that is full of nutrients. Coming from a post-Sovietic country, I know that we are not using that many spices. I know that India, for example, they are using a lot of them, but it's not about all of the cultures. So if you're coming from another country where you know that you're used to using only black pepper, paprika and garlic and onion, you know that you have a thing to work on and introduce more of them, because you can make your food tastier and better for your health. And we are coming to one of my favorite ones. First of all, I would say that we are lacking a lot of greens, a lot of green foods. For example, leafy greens. We're not eating that many types of them. We're not eating that much salad. We're used to use only root vegetables, for example, and not leafy ones. But the green pigment in foods is again a very strong antioxidant for our health. So if you lack leafy greens, introduce them in your diet. Another favorite one, I can say that all of the top is my favorite, but I have some of them that stand out for me, and that is fiber. I can't say enough about fiber because it's very important for our health. It's important for our hormonal health, for our skin health, for our gut health. We are barely eating 10 grams of fiber every day, and what to say about 30 grams. The studies are showing that we are used to eat 60 grams of fiber approximately, but at least nowadays the rules are saying that 30 grams is enough. It's just one thing for you to think about. You can experiment with it, see how it goes, but I would say that 30 grams of fiber is the golden rule. This is what you have to do every single day with no excuse. From my experience, I can say that I try to introduce the foods that are higher in fiber. For example, that are apples, oranges, chia seeds, flax seeds, broccoli. Broccoli is really important for women's health, flax seeds as well. So try to introduce some of them. You'll see a very big difference when you introduce enough quantity of the fiber and a variety of it as well. Growing up, my grandmother was telling me that everyone has to eat soup at least one time per week. And I know that everyone talks about bone broth online right now, and they are more talking about bone broth because of a collagen. Everyone is looking towards the collagen to have beautiful skin, but bone broth, it's not only about our skin, it's also about our health, and more to be precise, it's about our intestinal health, because it helps our gut lining. So introducing soup at least one time per week is very comforting. It gives you a very warm sensation and also helps your health very much. As I told you, it is not all about processed food. It is about food that we are eating every day. And I promise you that if you are going to introduce this type of food in your diet, you're gonna see amazing results in your gut health, in your hormonal health, in your energy level. So if you liked the video, please like it, and see you later.